Okay, get ready for a deep dive
Ooh,
in
excited.
some pretty mind-bending territory,
I
actually.
like it.
We're talking Taoism
Taoism. Okay.
and its influence on Western esoteric thought.
All right. I'm with you.
You might
Uh,
be thinking, wait,
Yeah, I can see that.
Taoism?
Isn't that
That's
like
ancient Chinese philosophy.
ancient Chinese? Yeah.
What's that got to do with Western mysticism and magic?
Yeah, good question.
Well, get ready for some aha moments
Uh-huh.
because the connections are deeper than you think.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
I've got a whole stack of research here.
Okay.
Historical accounts,
Uh-huh.
and even some modern interpretations.
All right, so we're going to be going through the ages here.
And I can't wait to unpack it all with you.
Sounds like a journey.
It is going to be a journey.
All right, let's get started.
So, when we say Taoism,
Yeah, Taoism.
what are we really talking about?
Right, good question.
It's more than just those serene Tai Chi moves in the park.
Okay, yeah.
It's more than that, right?
More than that, absolutely.
So what is it really?
Taoism is a tapestry
Okay.
of practices and beliefs,
Okay.
really encompassing philosophy,
Okay.
cosmology, ritual,
Uh-huh.
and a whole lot more.
So it's this whole system.
A whole system, yeah.
Almost like a worldview.
You could say that, yeah.
It's a way of seeing the world.
That's a good way to put it.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, and at its core,
Uh-huh.
it emphasizes what we might call embodied spirituality.
Embodied spirituality. Okay.
So rather than seeking transcendence
Mm-hmm.
beyond the physical world,
Yeah.
Taoism focuses on unlocking your inner potential within the natural world.
So there's this real
Yeah.
focus on nature
Yeah.
and our connection to it
Absolutely.
and finding that connection.
Yeah, that harmony, that inner potential.
Yeah, so it's about harmonizing with nature,
Right.
understanding its
Like
rhythms,
the flow.
and tapping into that universal energy
Yeah, I'll connect that.
that flows through all things.
Yeah.
It's a very grounded spirituality,
Did, yeah.
which makes it even more intriguing how it found its way into Western thought.
It is a fascinating journey.
Because Western thought,
Yes.
it's often had this more dualistic.
Yeah, separating the spiritual
Yeah.
from the material.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that journey west,
yeah,
it was not always smooth sailing.
I bet.
Early Western encounters with Taoism
Yeah.
were often colored by misunderstanding
Mhm.
and even dismissal.
Okay, why?
Why was that about?
Well, you see, they were often labeling it
Uh-huh.
as idolatry
Idolatry. Why?
or mere magic.
Ooh, so they really...
They weren't very welcoming.
Yeah, they weren't very welcoming.
Not exactly.
Were they just totally missing the point?
Oh, well, part of the problem
Okay.
was that early interpretations
Okay.
in the West
Mm-hmm.
were based on a very limited
Okay.
selection of classic texts,
Right, like
like the Tao Ching and
Ah.
Zhuangzi.
And these texts, they're foundational, of course,
Mhm.
but they only represent a small fraction
Okay,
of the vast Daozang collection,
okay.
which contains a wealth of esoteric writings.
Ah, so they were only looking at...
They were just looking at the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
And those esoteric writings
yeah.
explore practices like alchemy, meditation, and ritual.
Mm-hmm. So it's like if you were trying to...
Like trying to understand Christianity just from the Gospels,
Yeah.
you'd be missing out on centuries of theological debate,
Yeah.
mystical interpretations,
Yeah.
and diverse expressions.
Yeah, exactly. You're missing this whole huge,
Huge chunk of the tradition.
huge part of the tradition.
And because of this limited perspective,
Mm.
a false dichotomy emerged
Okay.
between philosophical Taoism and religious Taoism.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so the integral role
Mhm.
of ritual and embodied practice
Okay.
in Taoist thought was largely overlooked.
They were missing the forest for the trees.
They were just focused on those.
They got stuck.
They got so stuck on the philosophical texts
Yeah.
that they missed the richness of the whole tradition.
The whole point.
The whole point, yeah.
So when did this start to change?
When did perceptions start to shift?
Yeah, when did the West start seeing Taoism as something more?
Right, something more than just exotic Eastern philosophy.
Yeah, as something more than that.
Well, that shift,
Mhm.
it really began
Okay.
in the late 19th and early 20th centuries.
Okay, so pretty recently.
Relatively recently, yeah.
So that's when scholars and esoteric thinkers
Mm-hmm.
really started digging deeper.
They started digging deeper, yeah,
Okay.
into the texts and practices.
And that's when they started noticing these parallels.
Exactly, the parallels between Taoist ideas.
Okay, what kind of parallels?
Well, one key similarity
Yeah.
is the emphasis on what's called correlative cosmology.
Correlative cosmology.
Correlative cosmology.
Okay, break that down for me.
So That's the idea that the universe is a web of interconnected systems
Okay.
where seemingly disparate phenomena are linked by subtle correspondences.
Okay.
So you see this reflected
Yeah.
in practices like astrology, where the movements of celestial bodies
Okay.
are believed to influence events on Earth,
Oh, interesting.
or in the concept of the human body as a microcosm of the universe,
Oh, okay.
containing within it
Yeah.
all the elements and energies of the cosmos.
So like as above, so below.
Exactly, that hermetic adage
And that's something that pops up.
pops up everywhere.
So many different traditions.
So many traditions, yeah.
Both East and West.
East and West.
It's like this fundamental truth
It's this universal idea
about the nature of reality.
about how things are connected.
Yeah, about how everything's connected.
And that emphasis on interconnectedness.
Yeah.
It's just one example.
Okay, what else?
Well, both Taoism
Okay.
and Western esotericism,
Mm-hmm.
they also utilize similar concepts of the body as containing sacred energies and pathways.
Oh, okay. So
Like in traditional Chinese medicine,
yeah.
with the meridians and the energy flow, you
Yeah.
find similar ideas.
In Western esoteric traditions?
You do in Kabbalah,
Right.
Hermeticism,
Okay.
even some forms of Western alchemy.
Wow. That's blowing my mind a little bit.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
It's like this idea
It?
of this subtle energy system.
Yes,
It's everywhere.
it's all over the place.
Okay, so this is making me see Taoism in a whole new light.
I'm glad to hear that.
But how did it actually infiltrate Western thought?
Well, there were certain individuals
Okay.
who were really drawn to Taoism,
Mm-hmm.
and they helped introduce its ideas
To a wider audience?
to a wider Western audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take, for example,
Yeah.
Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz,
Okay.
a brilliant
Yeah.
German philosopher and
Mhm.
mathematician,
Leibniz, the calculus guy?
the co-inventor of calculus, yeah.
Wow, I don't picture enlightenment.
Not typically, no.
Mathematicians getting into Taoism.
But, you know,
Yeah.
he was deeply intrigued
By what?
by the Taoist concepts of harmony
Mhm.
and interconnectedness.
Okay, and how did that connect?
Well, he saw a resonance
Mhm.
between those ideas and his own philosophical theories,
Okay.
particularly his concept of a pre-established harmony governing the universe.
Interesting.
Essentially, he believed
Hmm.
that everything in the cosmos is interconnected
Okay.
and operates according to a divine plan.
So Taoism wasn't just
It wasn't just some exotic Eastern philosophy for him.
Yeah.
It was something that
helped him.
it actually helped him develop his own philosophical system.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It's pretty remarkable.
Were there other thinkers who had these aha moments with Taoism?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, go.
Well, another prominent figure who was deeply influenced by Taoist thought was
Yeah.
Carl Gustav Jung,
Jung, the guy who gave us
the
archetype.
pioneer of analytical psychology.
Okay, yeah.
Jung, he was particularly fascinated by the Taoist principle of yin-yang,
Yin-Yang,
or
okay.
the interplay of complementary opposites
Yeah,
that governs the flow of energy in the universe.
okay.
And he saw this principle reflected
Okay.
in the dynamics of the human psyche,
Oh, interesting.
with its interplay of conscious and unconscious forces,
Yeah, I see that.
masculine and feminine archetypes,
Yeah.
and the constant dance between light and shadow,
So it's like a model
like a model
for understanding
the
the complexities of personality.
human personality, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
And Jung wasn't just interested in the theoretical aspects.
No.
He actually incorporated this principle
Mm-hmm.
into his therapeutic methods.
So,
He believed that psychological health
mm-hmm.
involved achieving a balance
Okay.
between these opposing forces within the individual.
So almost like a Taoist approach
You could say that.
to psychology.
Yeah, a more
Have
holistic
a holistic, yeah.
and an integrated approach to understanding the human psyche. Okay.
And Taoist principles really played a key role in shaping his vision.
Okay, so he was really using these ancient ideas
Mm-hmm.
in a modern context.
In a modern context, yeah.
Wow, and it goes even beyond...
It goes beyond just philosophy and psychology.
Yeah, you said it goes even further.
Even further, yeah.
Okay, where else does it go?
It even found its way into the world of Western occultism.
Ooh.
Figures like Aleister Crowley,
Crowley.
yeah, the controversial occultist,
Okay.
they were fascinated by Taoist practices.
Really?
Yeah, and they incorporated them
Into their own systems.
into their own magical systems, uh-huh.
Crowley, the the self-proclaimed wickedest man in the world,
That's the one.
was dabbling in Taoism.
He was drawn to it.
What was it about Taoism?
Well, he was particularly drawn to the Yi Jing,
The Yi Jing.
or I Ching,
Okay.
the ancient Chinese book of divination.
Okay.
He saw it as a powerful tool
Mm-hmm.
for understanding the patterns of change in the universe.
And for gaining insights into the future.
So like a
Yeah, like a
fortune-telling method.
Kinda, but he saw it as more than that.
Okay.
More sophisticated.
As a system.
A system for deciphering the hidden workings of the cosmos.
Okay.
He even developed his own system.
Really?
Yeah, based on the Yi Jing,
Okay.
which he called the Thoth Tarot.
Wow. So he was really trying to merge
He's trying to merge
Chinese divination
with Western magical practice.
with Western magic.
Exactly.
And he wasn't alone
He wasn't alone.
in this fascination with the Yi Jing.
No, it captivated other Western intellectuals and artists as well.
Okay.
Including Carl Jung.
Oh, Jung again.
Jung again, yeah.
Okay.
He saw it as a confirmation of his theory of synchronicity.
Synchronicity, the meaningful coincidences.
Exactly, the idea of meaningful coincidences.
It seems like Taoism was seen as this,
Like a source of universal wisdom.
a perennial philosophy.
Yeah, that transcends cultural boundaries.
It wasn't just
another religion or philosophy for them.
Yeah.
It was an expression
Okay.
of a deeper, more fundamental truth
Okay.
about the nature of reality and the human condition.
So figures like René Guénon
Guénon?
and Julius Evola,
Evola.
they fit into this.
They fit right into this.
With their ideas of Philosophia Perennis.
Exactly.
So they saw Taoism as part of this.
They saw it as part of this
Timeless truth.
timeless universal truth
That's
present in all religions
and all spiritual traditions.
in all spiritual traditions.
They saw parallels
They saw parallels
between Taoist teachings
and the teachings
of Sufism, Kabbalah,
Yes.
and other mystical traditions.
Other mystical traditions, yeah.
Okay, so they were emphasizing this idea
This idea
of an aristocracy of the spirit.
the aristocracy of the spirit
Aristocracy of the spirit.
and the pursuit of spiritual perfection.
So they believed
Hmm.
that all these diverse traditions,
Okay.
despite their outward differences,
Yeah, they were all pointing towards
the same
ultimate reality.
aristocracy of the spirit sounds.
A bit exclusive.
Yeah, a little bit exclusive, but I get the idea.
You get the idea, yeah.
It's like this.
It's like there are these individuals
Yeah.
in every culture and every era
Driven by this thirst
driven by this thirst for knowledge
for deeper knowledge.
and understanding.
Yeah, it's like their members.
like an invisible lineage,
This invisible lineage.
united by their pursuit of wisdom.
And one example
A great example of this
is the work of Eric Udelov.
you'd love.
Yeah, a student of the renowned Taoist teacher Mantak Chia.
Tell me about Udelov.
So Udelov,
Yeah.
he's dedicated himself
Okay.
to exploring the
To
intersection
the Taoism.
Taoism and Kabbalah,
Okay, so these two
two ancient
traditions that seem
worlds apart.
worlds apart, yeah.
But he's fascinated
By what?
by the parallels between their esoteric practices.
And their theories of the
Influence.
body, energy, and spiritual transformation.
So he's looking at the practical
He's looking at the practical
aspects of spiritual development
Exactly.
in both traditions.
He's looking for the points of convergence.
Those are shared principles
The shared principles, yeah.
that underlie these systems.
And what he found
Yeah.
is remarkable.
Like what?
Well, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
he's drawn parallels between the Taoist concept of ki,
Okay.
the vital life force energy,
Yeah.
and the Kabbalistic concept of light or divine energy.
So it's like these two different
Two different
cultures with different
different languages,
languages, but they're both pointing towards the
Yeah.
same idea of this energy
subtle energy.
that animates everything.
Yeah, that flows through all living beings.
And it goes even beyond theory.
It goes beyond theory.
Right.
He's also explored the similarities in practice,
Okay.
like particularly in the realm of sexual yoga.
Ooh, sexual yoga.
Sexual yoga.
That's not something you hear every day.
Not every day, no.
What's the connection there?
Well, both Taoist and Kabbalistic teachings,
Okay.
they recognize the potent energy that's inherent in sexuality.
Okay.
They don't shy away from it.
Mhm.
Instead, they offer techniques for harnessing that energy
Right.
and directing it towards spiritual growth.
So it's not about
It's not about
indulgence or hedonism.
No, it's about recognizing the transformative potential of sexual energy.
So using it as a tool.
As a tool for spiritual development.
Not just for
pleasure.
pleasure, yeah.
It's about refining.
Okay.
And transmuting this raw primal energy
Okay.
into something higher. Something that can fuel spiritual awakening.
And Yudlov is pointing out
He's highlighting
how these systems,
these seemingly disparate systems,
converged on similar principles.
For working with the human body.
And its energetic potential.
So
it's this reminder.
A reminder.
That beneath the surface.
Differences
of cultures and religions.
There are some universal truths.
That we all tap into.
Yeah, we all tap into.
These fundamental principles.
That govern the human experience. It all speaks to the interconnectedness of all things.
That we're all part.
That we're all part of this larger web of being.
Sharing in the same
cosmic energies.
The same potential.
And the same potential for spiritual growth.
So Taoism isn't just...
It's not just
some esoteric philosophy
confined to ancient China.
Right.
It's influenced.
It's touched.
It's touched Western thought.
In these really unexpected ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how has it manifested? In Western culture.
In Western culture.
On a more everyday
level.
Well, one of the most obvious examples is the growing popularity of Taoist practices.
Like Qigong and Tai Chi.
Yeah, these were once considered
esoteric.
But now they're
widely embraced.
In the West.
For their health benefits. And as forms of moving meditation.
Yeah.
You see them everywhere now.
I see Tai Chi in parks.
Yeah.
Community centers. Even hospitals. Yeah, they've gone mainstream. It's amazing how something that was once
shrouded in
secrecy is now
so accessible.
And
that accessibility is part of the appeal.
Yeah, people are drawn to this idea of cultivating
physical
and energetic well-being.
And these Taoist practices.
They offer a holistic approach.
That resonates with people.
But
there's more to it.
Than
just gentle movements and stress reduction.
There's a whole other level. To Taoist martial arts. There's a connection to internal alchemy. For example, in Tai Chi. The slow flowing movements, they're not just for flexibility and balance. They're also designed to cultivate and refine your internal energy. It's like training your body. And your energy system.
Simultaneously.
Using movement as a way to refine and transform your inner state.
Wow, that's powerful.
And that's where the connection to internal alchemy becomes clear.
So these Taoist martial arts,
they're a way of embodying
the
principles of transformation.
Using physical techniques. As a catalyst for spiritual growth. It's not about fighting.
It's not about fighting an external opponent. It's about cultivating inner harmony and strength.
It's amazing how
absolutely is.
weave
together so many different aspects of human experience.
Physical, energetic,
mental,
and spiritual. Wow.
It's a way of integrating.
Yeah, a way of integrating.
All these different facets of ourselves.
And that speaks to...
It speaks to that Taoist understanding.
Of
the interconnectedness of all things.
Of everything.
There's no separation between mind and body.
Inner and outer.
No, it's all part of a dynamic, flowing whole.
And that's resonating.
It's resonating.
With a lot of people in the West.
More and more people.
As we search for these...
more
holistic ways of living.
Balanced lives,
yeah.
Taoism offers a framework.
Yeah, a framework.
For understanding our place in the universe. For cultivating
our inner potential.
And for living in harmony. With the natural world.
With nature and these ideas.
They're finding their way
into Western thought.
Enriching
our understanding.
Of ourselves
in the cosmos.
So we're rediscovering this ancient wisdom.
This ancient wisdom that's always been there.
Just
waiting to be unearthed.
And as we go deeper.
Who knows what else we'll find?
Who knows what other hidden treasures we'll find?
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's a continuous process of discovery.
A deepening.
A deepening of our understanding.
And a reminder that there's always more.
Always more.
To learn and experience.
To learn, to experience, and to integrate into our lives.
So Taoism's influence has been pretty widespread.
It's been pretty widespread.
From ancient texts to modern practices.
Philosophical insights.
The philosophical insights to martial arts movement.
It's left an undeniable mark.
On Western esotericism.
It's shaped
how we see.
How we understand the universe.
Ourselves. And the pursuit of spiritual growth.
And it continues to offer valuable insights.
Yeah, for anyone.
For anyone seeking a more holistic and meaningful way of life.
This deep dive.
Just scratched the surface.
Has only scratched the surface.
But hopefully
it sparked
some new ideas.
Some new ideas and a sense of wonder.
About those hidden connections.
About those hidden connections that link seemingly different worlds.
Exactly.
What resonated most with you?
Yeah, what stood out to you?
From our exploration today.
What questions are bubbling up for you?
Let those questions be your guide.
Yeah.
As you continue to explore.
You never know.
And who knows what fascinating discoveries await you.
Happy exploring. It's like we're all
tapping into this universal source. And expressing it. Through our own tradition.
Through the lens of our own traditions, yeah.
Let's talk about Daoist martial arts.
Daoist martial arts.
That's a realm where the practical and the esoteric.
Seem
to intertwine.
Yeah. Daoist martial arts are a prime example of how these traditions have permeated Western culture.
Like
practices like Tai Chi and Qigong, which were once considered esoteric,
they were.
are now widely practiced.
Yeah, for their health benefits. And as forms of moving meditation.
Exactly.
It's like they've gone mainstream.
They've gone totally mainstream.
You see Tai Chi.
Everywhere.
In parks.
Parks.
Community centers.
Even hospitals.
Yeah. It's amazing how something that was once shrouded in secrecy. Has become so accessible. And that accessibility. Is part of what makes it so appealing.
Yeah, people are drawn to this idea.
And this idea of cultivating.
Both physical and energetic well-being. And Daoist martial arts.
It's a holistic approach.
Offer this holistic approach.
That really resonates. That resonates with that desire.
There's more to it.
Than just
gentle movements.
Stress reduction.
Right. There's a whole other level. To Daoist martial arts.
Okay.
There's a connection to that
internal alchemy.
We were talking about.
Yeah.
For example, in Tai Chi. The slow-flowing movements.
Yeah, the slow-flowing movements.
Were designed not just
for flexibility and balance, but to cultivate and refine your internal energy. Your ki.
So you're training your body. And your energy system.
At the same time.
Simultaneously.
Using movement as a way.
To refine and transform.
Your inner state.
Yeah, it's like this embodiment.
It really is.
Of internal alchemy.
The principles of transformation.
Using these physical techniques. Using physical techniques.
As a catalyst.
For spiritual growth.
For spiritual growth, it's not about fighting an external opponent.
Right. Yes.
It's about cultivating inner harmony and strength.
Yeah. It's amazing how
it really is.
It weaves together
so many different aspects.
Of the human experience.
Right. The physical, the energetic.
The energetic.
The mental, the spiritual.
Yeah.
It's a way of integrating. All these different facets of ourselves.
Yeah. And I think that speaks to that Daoist understanding. That's a connectedness.
The interconnectedness of everything.
There's no separation. Between mind and body. Inner and outer. Everything's a part.
It's all part of this
dynamic flowing whole.
And that idea.
It's
really resonating.
With more and more people.
Yeah. More and more people in the West.
As we search for. More holistic
and balanced lives.
Taoism offers a framework.
Yeah. A framework.
For understanding our place in the universe. For cultivating our inner potential. And for living in harmony with the natural world.
Nature.
And these ideas are increasingly
finding their way
into
Western thought.
into Western thought, enriching our understanding.
Enriching our understanding of ourselves.
Of ourselves.
And of the cosmos.
And of the cosmos.
It's like we're rediscovering
this ancient wisdom.
This ancient wisdom.
But it's always been there.
That's always been there.
Just waiting to be unearthed.
Waiting to be unearthed. And as we go deeper.
As we delve deeper.
Who knows what else we might find?
Who knows what other hidden treasures?
What other hidden treasures we might find?
It's a journey of exploration.
Yeah, it's a continuous process.
Continuous process of discovery. A deepening of our understanding.
And a reminder that there's always more.
There's always more to learn, more to experience.
More to experience.
And more to integrate into our lives.
So from these ancient texts.
From ancient texts.
To modern practices.
To modern practices. From philosophical insights.
To philosophical insights.
To martial arts.
To martial arts movements. Taoism has left this undeniable mark.
Undeniable mark.
On Western esotericism.
It's shaped how we see the universe.
How we understand the universe ourselves.
Ourselves.
And the pursuit of spiritual growth.
It continues to offer valuable insights for anyone.
For anyone.
Seeking a more holistic.
And
meaningful way of life.
As you continue your own exploration.
Your own exploration.
Whether it's alternative medicine, mindfulness practices, or even the mysteries of the occult.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out for those
subtle, powerful influences.
But powerful influences of Taoist principles.
They might just
open up a whole new world of understanding for you.
A whole new world.
This deep dive has only scratched the surface.
Just scratched the surface.
Of this fascinating topic. But hopefully
it sparked.
It sparked some new ideas.
Some new ideas.
And a sense of wonder about these hidden connections. That link.
These seemingly disparate.
Worlds.
What resonated with you most?
Yeah, what resonated with you most from our exploration today?
What new questions are bubbling up for you?
Let those questions be your guide.
Be your guide.
As you continue to explore, and who knows what fascinating discoveries await you.